right, shalom, shalom. Kahalayim la Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Akakwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the elders and the apostles at GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere peace, love, blessings, salutations, and all those of you hopeful, faithful, potential members of the elect out there doing the best to make the calling of your election sure, man. Lord willing, this is edifying. All right. As you see, I got pulled up ChatGPT, which is it's an AI platform that you can basically ask it anything, man. And I've been using it for for particular things, even for breakdowns, man. And that's why the scriptures say things like this. The book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 4, it says, "But thou, Daniel, shut up thy words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall," because the prophecy was made, man, right? It was written from the foundation of the earth. But guess what? Time had to fulfill. Time had to roll on. Prophecy had to be fulfilled. And guess what? What it would lead to as time would go on is what? Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. So, we're going to get deeper, man. And we have gotten deeper. You see, we may mention before how, the prophets of ancient times, man, they didn't know exactly what they were seeing. They were just trying to break down what it was, man. You got to imagine you living in a day and age, ancient times, and you're over here seeing thermonuclear destruction and automobiles and aircrafts, and you know what I mean? So now that we're living in this time, we're able to truly understand and break down and depict how prophecy is unfolding. And one of the main pieces of prophecy is what? The charagma, man. The mark of the beast, spoken of in Revelation, the 13th chapter, man. All right, there's been speculation around that for a very long time. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man, the elders are out there prophesying, man. Before we were even using the credit card, when we were still using cash, right, back in the 90s and what have you, and even before then, right, this was prophesied, man. I mean, shoot, you want to get on a deeper level, before we were even using dollars in the ancient world, we was using metals, and it was prophesied. So of course, it was now we're able to understand because we're living in the digital age what that charagma is, man, and how and a main piece of understanding that is in the verse. It says no man, right, can buy or sell. So it's clear that it'll have you tied in with it's an economic system, all right, that'll be reformed. Let me go ahead and grab the verse, and then I'll look up something on ChatGPT to kind of co-sign to it, man. And it's gonna be a tool for brothers to use, if they'd like to add to their arsenal, man. But anyway, this is Revelation 13 and verse 16, and it reads, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." And we always say that word mark goes into the word charagma, right, which is a word that means an etching or incision into the skin. So they're going to put a mark in you. They're going to physically put a mark in you, man. All right, and we know that now to be the RFID microchip, right? So again, this is something that was looked at like crazy years ago, man, but now now it's not looking so crazy, man. Now it's looking pretty now this prophecy is speaking, and it's speaking loud, you see. But going on, it says, verse 14, "And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the verse 17, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, and the name of the beast, and the number of his name." So you wouldn't be able to buy, man. You won't be able to sell, right? So again, let's go ahead and I'm gonna type something into ChatGPT and see what it comes up with, man. What was that? Revelation 13. And 17, it says, "No man might buy or sell." course, it's gonna give you, different breakdowns and things too. It'll give you what the Catholics breakdown, or you know what I mean. It'll give you different interpretations of people as well, man. But let's see what it came up with, man. It says, sure, Revelation 13:17 is a verse from the New Testament. All right, come on, go down. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here's a breakdown of what this verse generally is understood to mean. It says, the verse is part of a large passage that describes the second beast, often depicted as a false prophet or a symbolic representation of deceptive power. Look at that, man. That's deceptive power. Who's in power, man? Who's in power? What are they doing, man? This beast system, right? We were always told that it was the spiritual demon Satan. Well, now you got your own AI is telling us what, man? That beast is someone in a place of power, and that place of power is a very deceptive one, man. All right, the Edomites. All right, we already know. Which you could even go and you can start asking it further questions, man. We could start asking it a little bit about that. Oh well, who is it? Could you tell us a little bit more about who this beast is, right? And it'll go into it, man. But anyway, let's go down to the beast enforces worship of the first beast, right? Which is basically Esau, man. That first beast being the Roman government, right? It says a symbol often associated with corrupt political or religious authority, man. And again, we're always told it was the spiritual demon Satan. Well, now look who really has the horns, man. It says the mark of the beast is introduced as a way to control commerce and intelligence. So you see that, man? They're gonna know everything about you, man. They're gonna have all intelligence, and they're gonna be able to control your purchasing, man. Meaning the mark represents loyalty or submission to the beast. The restriction on buying or selling implies economic control, and I'm gonna have to look that word up, man. I don't think I've heard that word. Let's see what this is. The practice of persuading someone to do something by using force or threats. So the restriction on buying or selling implies economic control, or coercion, if I'm saying that properly. In other words, those who do not conform by taking the mark are excluded from participating in society's economy. You see that, man? So, this charagma, right, is something that's gonna be in you that allows you to buy or sell, and without it, you will not be able to buy or sell. It's not white women. It's not all these different weird breakdowns. It's not Christianity, man. You see, though Christianity may be a part of this beast system, right? A tool that they use to further deceive us, but that's not the mark, man. It says this has often been interpreted symbolically as a warning against spiritual compromise. You see, and this is where they start to, they go into different, they start poking at different things, and then you could start to ask it more things to get you on the right track, so to speak, man. All right, because basically it's an arsenal of knowledge. All right, a big arsenal of knowledge that a regular a human being can't contain, man. So it's this whole arsenal of knowledge, and hey, it's at our fingertips, man. So it's a nice tool to use. Through the Spirit, man. I was gonna do a lesson, and thought I might actually just do a little bit more on the ChatGPT, and the Spirit kind of led it this way, man. We could finish reading a little bit more of this too. It says the symbolism of the mark of the beast. The mark is often associated with the number 666 from verse 18, symbolizing imperfection or opposition to God, right? Because these devils, they what, man? They the Antichrist, man. Edomites. Right, the border of wickedness. It says Interpretations vary, so then it'll give you, a few different, and then you could start asking it questions on that. But look, historically, some scholars believe it refers to the Roman Emperor Nero, which, may have made a little sense during the time of the Roman government. But who was that beast that was wounded yet lived? You see, that Roman beast was wounded, man, but it's back into power today, and it's going to cause the whole world to worship it. But even further than ancient times, by what? You taking that digital all, man. Like it said, solidifying yourself as a servant to this beast, man. Theologically, others view it as a metaphor for totalitarian systems that oppose God. Yeah, this system. Modern interpretation, some view it as though a futuristic end times lens, that's like through a futuristic end times lens, predicting a literal mark like a chip or biometric ID. Right? So you really, it's pretty on point, man. Would you like to explore how different religious traditions interpret this verse? So like I said, you could start asking them further and further questions, man. But anyway, Lord willing, this is edifying, man. With that, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Double honors unto the elders and the apostles at GMS Great Millstone, and sincere peace, love, blessings, salutations, and all those of you hopeful, faithful, potential members of the elect out there doing the best to make the calling of your election sure. Shalom wa abad babal.